I am Professor J.D. Gawali, kkwagh College of Agricultural Engineering and Technology, Nasik. Today we will discuss about the topic of polymers. Okay, let us see content of polymers. First, introduction. Then second one is the classification of polymers. Then third, types of polymerization. Fourth one is the characteristic of polymers. And fifth one is the application of polymers. Let us introduction of polymers. A word polymer is a combination of two Greek words. Poly means many and meros meaning parts or units. A polymer is a large molecule of which is formed repeated linking of the small molecules called as monomers. More monomer molecules join in units of a long polymers. That is, for example, is the ethylene to polyethylene. Then classification of polymers. There are different four types of classification. First is the classification based on sources. Second one is the classification based on structures. Third one is the classification based on polymerization. Then fourth one is the classification based on molecular forces. Okay, we will discuss classification based on sources. There are different three types of based on sources. First one is the natural polymers. The definition of a natural polymer is a polymer that result from only raw material that are found in a nature. For example is the proteins, cellulose, starch and rubber. Second is the semi-synthesis polymer. For example is the cellulose derivatives and cellulose acetate, that is rayon. Then third is the synthesis polymers. Synthesis polymer example is the nylon, polyethylene and polyester. Then classification based on structure. There are different three types of based on structure. First one is the linear polymers. Second one is the branched chain polymers. Third one is the cross-linked chain polymers. First one is the linear polymers. It consists of long and straight chains. For example is the PVC, that is polyvinyl chloride. Then second one is the branched chain polymers contain linear chains having some branches. For example is the low density of the polymers. Then third one is the cross-linked chain polymers form from bifunctional and trifunctional monomers and contain strong covalent bonds. For example is the bakelite and melamine. Here in this picture there are different three types of structure. First is the linear, then second branched structure and third one is the cross-linked structure. Then classification based on polymerization. There are two types of polymerization. First, addition polymers and second, condensation polymers. In addition polymers, it is formed by the repeated addition of monomers molecules processing double or triple bonds. It is the ethylene to polyethylene. Then condensation polymers. It is formed by repeated condensation reaction between two different bifunctional or trifunctional monomeric units. For example is the terylene and nylon 6 or 6 nylon 6. Then classification based on molecular forces. First, nylon. Nylon is used as a general name for all synthetic fiber forming polymerides. Okay, that is having a protein like structure. These are the condensation polymers or diamines and dibasic acid. A number is usually suffixed with the nylon, which is referred to the number of carbon atoms present in the diamine and the dibasic acid respectively. For example is the nylon 6 6. Nylon 6 6. Nylon 6 obtained by the polymerization of adipic acid with hexamethylene diamine. Okay. Then thermoplastic polymers. Okay. Thermoplastic polymers. These are the linear or slightly branched long chain polymers which can be softened of the heating and reversibly hardened on cooling repeatedly. Their hardness is a temporary property varies with temperature. For example is the polyvinyl chloride. Okay, this is the polyvinyl chloride. It is a vinyl polymer constructed of repeating vinyl groups, that is ethylenes, having one of their hydrogens replaced with a chloride group. Then third one is the thermosting polymers. Okay, it is the initial mixture of a reactive low molar mass compound reacts upon heating the mold to form an insoluble infusible network. For example is the bakelite. Bakelite is the form of phenol and form aldehyde polymerization. This is the example of the bakelite. It is the cross-linked solid. Okay, the heat is converted into phenol. Okay, that is the H2O. H2O is the converted into phenol. Then bakelite group is formed. Then types of polymerization. First, addition polymerization and second, condensation polymerization. Addition polymerization. The polymer is a form from the monomers without the loss of any material, and the product is the exact multiple of the original monomeric molecule. Addition polymerization is the process by the initial formation of some reactive species such as free radicals or ions, and by the adding of the reactive species to the other molecule with the regeneration of the reactive features. Okay, this first, free radical mechanization. Alkanes or dienes and their derivatives are polymerized in the presence of a free radical generating initiator catalyst like benzoyl peroxide, then acetyl peroxide, T-buron peroxide, etc. These processes are involves three steps. First one is the chain initiation step, that is the addition of phenyl free radical formed by the peroxide to the ethylene double bond theory. There are forming a large number of radicals. Okay, then B, chain propagation step. It is the repetition of this sequence with a new and bigger radicals. This is the chain progression step. Then third one is the chain terminating step. Okay, the product of the radicals thus form reacts with another radical to form the polymerized product. Okay, then example of polymer example is the Teflon. Okay, Teflon, it is obtained by polymerization of water, emulsion of the